You're listening to the Shoot Your Shot podcast. I'm Jen.
And I'm Megan, and we're two boss babes sharing our businesses and inspiring you along the way. This episode was recorded on September 2nd, 2025.
And we are back.
Together again. In person.
We are. It's been so long.
It has.
We threw in some family vacations and we are in full swing of busy season.
Yes. Yeah. It's been so great to watch our businesses grow together along the way because we've been part of each other's businesses and lives every step of the way in our journeys. We both got started. What's our anniversary now?
Oh my gosh.
This is our 5th busy season.
5th. Yes.
5. So just absolutely wild. And we've been having lots of work trips and family trips and just getting things together before September rolls around, which was yesterday. So that's just insane. So
crazy. And I feel like June and July were very busy and they were like a good pace. And then August, literally, what's the Taylor Swift? August slipped away. Like, I don't even know how it goes. But
also, congrats.
Congrats, Taylor. Maybe the algorithm will get us going.
Maybe.
If we mention Taylor and Travis Kelce.
In the first 30 seconds of the episode, yeah.
But today we are talking about purging, and not even just in business, in life, in all the things. I decided to do a deep dive cleaning of my house yesterday on Labor Day because we really didn't have anything planned, and it was a very low-key day. My husband was like, I want to do the yard, and I was like, okay, well, I'm going to do the house. And I didn't necessarily purge things, meaning like throw things away or donate, but I really cleaned and just like tidied up everywhere, especially like our room and my desk and the kids' playroom, and it just makes you feel like clean and just organized. And I am setting a goal of purging a specific area of my house, like whether it's once a week or 3 times a week. I don't know what it is yet. I'm not even going to give myself a goal of that. I'm just going to do it and like have a calendar and be like, today is the bathroom closet, because I open it and I shut it. And I'm like, oh, that gives me anxiety. And I just like need the time to like throw on a podcast, Shoot Your Shot podcast. If you're listening, got lots of episodes for you, and just like do it and just sit there. And I don't know how you clean or how anyone else cleans, but I take everything out. And then reorganize it. Yeah. And if it doesn't have a home, hopefully, I do have a little bit of like a, what's it called when you like collect, when you collecting, hoarding. I'm not a hoarder, but I think I'm going to use this thing and then I don't end up using it.
Yeah.
And I know there's like,
got so much of that.
If you didn't use it in a year, toss it. Like I need to have that mindset. So
yeah.
But it's just interesting because a lot of people are like, new year, new me, new this. And I feel like my kids going back to school is the new year, new me right now. Because I'm working out again. I just joined Burn Boot Camp in Fairfield, which I am so excited about.
Yeah.
It is like an awesome little community. They high five you all the time. High five.
I've been hearing so much about Burn.
Yes, it's awesome. It's only 22 minutes from here, by the way.
Okay.
And it's just like a really fun community. Like they're very welcoming. Everyone is just, and I'm of course seeing people that I know, the more classes I do, and it just seems like really, it motivates me to want to go work out, which is awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm doing that, and I'm really excited to keep this going of this like whole purging thing. And I kind of want to hear your take on it because I know that I talked about this being a topic I want to talk about, and I know you have so many things to talk about too. But I also want to talk about like purging your business and purging like people in your life, because it kind of like all comes together. And I'm starting to realize, I was talking to a good friend of mine who is a virtual assistant, and she's been helping my son with tutoring, and she lives in Norwalk, which is only let's say 25 minutes away, not even. Yeah. But, and I'm in Trumbull, but when you put the traffic in, it could be like, it took my husband an hour and 10 minutes to get to work today.
Gosh.
Yeah. And it's 4 exits. It's wild.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It's crazy. Gosh. He gets off the Westport exit.
I'm so excited to move.
Oh girl, I know. Don't talk about that. I'm not ready for it yet. But she was like, she wrote me back so professional, so like friendly, and just girl to girl. She's like, listen, I love you, but I have set boundaries for myself and for my mental health. And I don't think she said mental health, but I'm thinking that that's probably what it is too. She's like, and it doesn't make sense for me to drive 45 minutes to do a half-hour appointment. And I was like, I am so proud of you for setting that boundary.
Yeah.
Because it took me over 2 years to set the boundary of not going to events over an hour and a half away.
Yeah.
I will not do them anymore. But the first 2 seasons, like I was having my girls drive almost 2 hours each way. That's 4 hours before we even did the job. And I was like paying them more money, paying them extra because I felt guilty, like all the things. So I realized later in my, I guess it wasn't later, it was 2 years in, you live and you learn.
Yeah.
But like, I was so proud of her for doing that.
Yeah.
And understanding that that's a boundary that you need to set for yourself.
Yeah.
You know, and I just love that. And that's like something that she purged out of her life. And I was like, I am so proud of you
Yeah,
for that.
setting the boundaries is really important. Like a friend of mine asked me to help her with a wedding video in the spring before I move. But she already has a videographer come. I guess they like added on like something. I don't know. And she was like already using her as a second shooter or something. And then they added like the wedding, like the ceremony video or something. So she wanted me to come for just 1 hour for the ceremony coverage. And I'm like, girl, I love you so much. Will, if you compensate my travel, because it's over an hour away for me to only do 1 hour's worth of work. So, you know, I don't want that to eat into half of my work day to only get paid for 1 hour, if that makes sense. Yeah. And so she was like, okay, yeah, maybe it doesn't make sense for you to do it. So little things like that. Yeah, I've come to understand and like put my foot down a little bit. And I know Jess, she's really great about that too. I remember like years ago, she said that she no longer was leaving her house for under whatever price, like $800 or something like that. So sessions, second shooting, like and anything like that, she was like, I'm not leaving my front door if it's less than this amount. And I said, wow, really, it inspired me. Yeah. And that was years ago. And so it helped me. Hearing other people talk about their businesses like that is inspiring for you to be like, yeah, they know what they're doing. I need to do that too. And it just comes with time and learning the hard way and doing the thing that's inconvenient for not enough pay and whatnot, to then say, yeah, I'm not going to do that again.
I am actually working with a florist right now, and she's new, and she reached out to me, and she's doing all the right things on how to promote her business. She sent me an email introducing herself, telling me like who she is, what she does, and that she would love to offer me a free floral arrangement, you know, just to say hi and show me her work. And I was like, I love that, and absolutely, but I also want you to be able to promote your business at the same time. Like, I don't want you just to give me a free gorgeous, because what she did was absolutely amazing, and you know, have it sit in my house and not be able to like show the world. And I'm just a big promoter of collaboration with other people, so I was able to have her do it for a networking event, and
nice.
All the women there
10
were
times
like,
better.
Oh my God, who did this? And she actually stayed for a little bit and was able to like promote her business. So then I have another event that I want her to do, and you know, I was going to hire her for it, and she's like, I don't feel comfortable charging you yet. Like, I'm just starting, and you know, you promoted me so much. And I was like, absolutely not. Like, I am paying you for this. And she's like, how do I find more people like you? And I was like, you will find more people, but what she's doing is all the right things when you first start your business. Yeah. But then you have to understand what makes sense and what doesn't. And for me, that goes into like doing the free events. Back to your point, like I don't do free events anymore unless it makes sense for me.
Yeah.
And my business and my mental health and all of that.
Yeah.
Because I know that I'm not going to show up in the best way if I'm not wanting to be there at the time. And there's been events where I said yes because I was really slow in my business, and I was like, oh, okay, like I'm not getting anything. And then I ended up being crazy busy that entire week or month and regretted saying yes. Right. And then I didn't show up as my best self. And that's not fair to the person who asked me to do it. It's not fair to the people I'm meeting at the event. And you can't do that when you're not in the right mindset. And back to like what we were just talking about, like if you're not your best self, you're not putting out your best work. And it's just like showing up on social media. And I was listening to a podcast, and Meghan and I were talking before, and she does a lot of live events. She's a business coach, and she does a lot of live events. And it's like every Thursday at whatever time. Like that's when she does it. And there was a Thursday where she got on and she just wasn't feeling it. So she turned off the live. And she's like, I knew that at that moment I was not my best self and I wasn't going to give anyone my best work. And if you are a new business owner, it takes time to understand that, but you have to set the boundaries early or you're going to get burnt out. Yeah. You're going to get walked all over. People are going to take advantage of you, not even meaning to, but like I could have easily been like, oh, okay, you want to give me a free floral arrangement? Absolutely. Yeah. But I know her value and I know how much work it's going to take for her, what it's going to cost for her for the flowers and everything else in addition to that.
And how like honest and kind and respectful she was. Like,
yes.
In the very beginning.
Exactly.
Character is so important.
100%. And like, not everyone's going to be for you. Right. And like, that's okay. And those are the people that you have to purge out of your life. Right. And it's hard because it's like, you know, there's some business owners that I met when we first started through COVID and nothing happened, but we just kind of went our separate ways. And we were great when we first started. Like we were all like, oh my God, business bestie, all the things. And then you just realize that maybe you're not on the same path as each other and you're not in the same direction, I guess you could say. And that's okay.
Yeah.
You know, it's okay to be like that.
Sometimes people are supposed to be in your life for a limited period of time for you to learn something or for an opportunity to come up or for something to happen that you need to grow from. And maybe then, that was the moment with that person. And to love is to let go.
To love is to let go. I love that. And you're doing them a favor too. Like maybe they were just trying to be nice to you too at the same time. Yeah. And you were sucking up their energy as well.
Yeah.
You never know. You never know. But yeah, I know. I feel like again, I was home with my kids majority of this summer and I love my kids more than anything in the entire world. And I'm so blessed that I have the opportunity to be home with them. Yeah. Like I am not knocking this. I have friends who are struggling right now because they drop their kids off at 7:30 and pick them up at 6. And they do not have the time that I get with my kids. But I am not cut out for that life either. I am not. Kudos to all the moms who like are just stay-at-home moms because I don't know how the hell you do it. It's just not me. Can't do it. I'm a better mom when I have my own passion. Yeah. And then I can do what I enjoy and then feed into them what's left or give my business what's left when I'm majority with my kids, vice versa. Because
that makes sense.
We talk about the scale all the time. Oh, Meghan's scale is very unbalanced right now, guys.
Tipped. Well, I just started from scratch. I said, again, with like purging and just like your environment affecting so much and like your mental state affecting so much, I just felt like very overwhelmed. And I was like, I just need to start from scratch. Like, I just have to start from scratch. So I took out all the quarters from both of them.
Meghan has a scale. You want to explain it really quick?
Yeah. Jen always talks about how your business life and your personal life, to visualize it as a scale, like you see it like the grocery store when you're weighing your whatevers, and there's two different sides to it. So if your personal life, like you're putting a lot of energy and love and TLC into your family or your own self and whatnot, that will be weighed down, and the work-life balance, it's never an equilibrium. Either one is a little bit higher or a little bit lower than the other, or it's way off, and that it's very hard, maybe impossible, to get them to be the same level and to put in 50 into your personal life and 50 into your work life, because there will be ebbs and flows. And so it inspired me so much that I got a scale, and it's not like an actual scale. It's from like Home Goods. So who knows if like the leveling is actually really quite there, but gravity does its thing. So I put quarters in it for one side for if I'm doing something good for myself, like a little treat, like, oh, I got my nails done today, quarter. Or if I like work a couple extra hours or I'm starting my day really early, I don't go on my phone that morning or something and I'm just getting to work, I'll be like, okay, quarter in the work bin. Or if I'm working so much that I'm not spending time with my family, if I'm doing like a triple header weekend, quarter for sure, maybe a couple pennies too in the work one. So started from scratch, and I barely worked this weekend. So my personal time scale is very, very low, and my work life has nothing in it. So starting from scratch.
If I had one this summer, it literally would have just been all low to the business, because I really was focusing on my kids,
Yeah.
and they needed me and they needed my attention, and I was able to, put in the pockets, and me, I work in pockets. So I was able to put the pockets in when I needed to respond to someone, but like I wasn't promoting the business. I wasn't even doing like the reels as much as I love to do. My personal life was coming first this summer.
Right.
But I was also doing events too. So like it was a balance because I was away every single weekend almost, and I wasn't with my kids on the weekends. So like, anyway, there's no such thing as a balanced life. And if anyone told you there is, they are lying.
I don't know. I'm still striving for it. I hope that one day I get that like perfect balance of what I'm looking for. And I feel really good with where I'm at right now, but it's just hard with the kind of businesses that we have because we have such a strong season for it. Like it's not an equal year-round thing. Like we're not doing sales or something where people are looking for us and working with us year-round. I mean, people are. Like I do have winter elopements and things like that, but September and October, I have multiple weddings on multiple days. Like it's crazy, and that doesn't happen in March. That doesn't happen in January. So that's the part where I feel like, yeah, you're onto something. But day to day, I feel like there can be a great balance day to day, week to week, but not really month to month. So that's where I'm getting hung up. But I'm excited moving, and hopefully that will nurture me, because I'm like really pumped to purge and let a lot of things from Connecticut go. But also working with my associate team, I have a handful of weddings that they're covering for me while I'm going to be living in Alaska. So amazing. Yeah, and I'm an introvert, so as much as I love shooting, I do really enjoy being at home and being a homebody and just waking up, editing all day, and then chilling by night. And so I'm really looking forward to kind of staying home for a bit and only doing like the digital back end stuff. So we'll see. Maybe I will get a pretty even scale this time next year. I don't know.
I do agree. You do have a point, because I feel like if someone were to look at my life from the outside, they're like, yes, you work on weekends, but you were home with your kids all week.
Yeah.
So like I could see where in someone else's mind that could look like a balanced scale. Whereas me, I'm like, well, I didn't really get to spend time with my husband because he's working all week. So it's like
there's so many factors.
There's so many factors that come in where and as a mom, you just have this mom guilt if you are not with your kids 24/7. It's just a thing that happens. I don't know why, but it is what it is. And I feel like even like dog moms or cat moms, like I feel like when I first had kids, my cats were like pushed to the side. Like there's just a thing that happens where you are going to, if you're like me anyway, you're going to have this guilt for something, whatever it is. And I think that's why I try to pocket in these little like mini vacations as a family. Like I didn't even tell you, we went camping in Lake George.
Yeah.
Minus the camping for the whole time because we stayed at a hotel because it rained. But we did camp for one night. But it was like a spur of the moment, last minute thing that like we just wanted to do as a family. Like my husband was like, I feel like we need like one more little thing before summer ends. Nice. And I was like, okay. So I feel like as long as we continue to do those, and like it's almost like a reset for us when we do those little vacations.
Yeah, I agree.
It's like we have a cabin in New Hampshire, and I actually don't have any events next weekend, which I looked at my calendar. I was like, wait, what? What's happening right now? Then I have 3 the next. So it's like the balance.
Yeah.
But I'm like, let's just go to the cabin and just decompress, because I know the next few weekends are going to be crazy.
Yeah.
So I think if you can like, back to like the purging, if you can like purge the guilt, I don't know, maybe is that a thing? Maybe I need to purge the guilt that I have. I don't know. But I think back to just like purging things that don't make sense to you are going to help bring in the things that do make sense to you.
Because letting go of something leaves space or an open door for something else. So if something is really cluttered in your environment, letting something go brings in space for you to put in something that you're actually going to use. And I think it's the same for your mind. Like having a lot of guilt for something that isn't benefiting anybody, trying to let that go will give space for a little bit more happiness, or for space for you to share something with somebody else. I don't know. Yeah.
No, I love that. And I think, yeah, there's always room for, and it's funny because I'm in another season where I feel like my business is shifting a little bit. Cause I always talk about, I have the team now, but I'm also still working events. So I don't know when the full shift is going to happen where I'm like fully out. I don't know if that will ever happen. It probably won't, but I definitely have, more help this season than I've had at all in the past.
Yeah.
But I feel like the itch is coming of like, what's next kind of thing.
Okay.
And I don't know what that looks like, but I know that if I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, nothing else is going to come in. So like, I feel like I need to purge some things so that it allows me to open up space for whatever's next for me to come in, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because I feel like right now I'm just like going with the motions. And back to this new podcast I'm listening to, I keep hearing her say like, and this is a quote that I always hear too. It's like, if nothing changes, nothing changes, or something like that, something along those lines.
No, yeah.
But like, if you're like, even today at my workout class, the instructor literally said, if it doesn't hurt, it's not going to change. Like, if you're not working harder, nothing's going to change. You're just going to stay where you are. Ooh. And I was like, ooh. And I love change. Like, I am not one to be like, I can't do that. That's too much change for me.
Right.
I do like change. Like, I will like remove things in my desk, in my house, in my this, just for a little bit of change. Like, I do itch for that change because I think we all need like that little reset of something. Mm-hmm. But in business, I went from like 1 bar, then I went to 2 bars. Now I have satellite bars. And I feel like this year I'm leaning in more on the satellite bars and like using existing venues. So I feel like that's my change because now I'm able to do a lot more events. But I feel like there's a what's next and I just don't know what it is yet.
I feel like just us as people, just the way that our minds work, I always need to have some kind of little project.
Yes.
And with our businesses, I mean, every job we have, every wedding and event that we have is its own mini little project, but like an overarching kind of project. Like, and that was for me adding on videography. That was my little project for a while. And then it was like, okay, maybe I'll get into the,
I know, your big project.
Let me get into like the associate thing. And that's been my current little project. And I know that when I move, my project will be booming my business out there or trying to, but even further from that, like I can definitely see myself in the next 5 years tackling film and doing like Super 8 videos, like those film videos. So like that I'm sure will be my next little project. So it definitely makes sense that just I think who we are as business owners, like we're always trying to do something to level up and add a little bit more personality or change things around just because it's exciting. Like change is exciting and it makes it lively. And you know how people say like that women make a house a home. I feel like it's like that, like adding the little character and different little quirks to your business as you grow and change just like makes it so much more alive and it makes a home alive. Like I just hung that picture not too long ago. You came and you were like, oh, that's new. I was like, yeah, and just like having little things move around makes it feel more welcoming and exciting. And I think our businesses will probably always be that way. I think even when you do dial back from the business, like you were talking about, one of the girls was excited for her new venture for like the popsicles, right? Yep. So like I feel like if it's not you, it's going to be somebody from your team that's like, you should try this. And
oh, now she actually, touching off that, now she wants to start doing a build your own like build your own, I want to say dessert, but it's not really going to be like that. It's almost like, I don't know, something fun is coming in the works. And she's super excited. And it's going to be a partnership with the Vintage Horse. Like you can add this on kind of thing.
Cool.
So I'm super excited for that. And I feel like, yes, like it's going to be something. I don't know exactly like what route it's going to go into yet. But we did do the pops this summer.
Yeah.
So those were really fun. Yeah. We did alcohol infused popsicles and they were awesome. So good. So delish. But now it's getting winter. So it's like nobody wants popsicles in October.
Yeah.
So we got to figure out something else. But I think you're totally right. I think it's, and also what we did in 2020 during COVID and like starting there has evolved so much what the world is right now too.
Totally.
Like everyone was home. I was doing beauty counter because everybody was ordering everything online. Right. I'm not saying people aren't ordering online, but like they're not like they were back then. So for me, you know, being able to, and the barn weddings were backyards, everything was such a trend. And I'm not saying it's not a trend still. I don't think it's ever going to go away.
Right.
I got married in 2016 in a yard. So like, I don't think that's going anywhere because I think it allows creativity for your own self to explode, but they are becoming so much more elaborate and so much like crazier now because people are able to use their creativity in such a way because they're seeing other people do it.
Right. Yeah. The trends are always trending.
Yes.
And always changing, and so is the industry because we will catch on to, oh, this has been popular this year, so that's going to be a standard for next year. So yeah, I agree. I agree. Things are always changing and evolving.
And you're not a trending girl. Like you don't, right? Didn't we talk about this? We were like, I don't always like doing what's trending. I feel like we talked about this.
Oh, we might have. Yeah, we might have.
I don't know.
I mean, there are certain things that I feel like if it's like a nostalgic trending or like a beautiful timeless trending, like those parasol umbrellas, like that's never gonna go out of style.
So
like those are so cute. Those like paper umbrellas.
Yep, I know exactly what you're talking
like
about.
those have been around forever. Those have been, and like even like those like crochet umbrellas. Like I feel like those were really popular in like the 1800s or whatever. Like those sun umbrellas. Like that's just a timeless thing. But I feel like if you think about like 2000s and like chevron weddings with teal and like vibrant green and I don't know, like Twilight themed whatever, you know, I feel like that is something where I'm like, yeah, I'm not really gonna get on board with that. But there are like timeless things like pearls or bows, ribbon, that I'm like, we're always gonna love those things. But
well, apparently now we're only gonna love what Taylor Swift does.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I'm so curious to see how that happens because I feel like her audience right now are the ones who are coming into like the marriage scene too. I mean, I think they're younger, but I feel like the adults love her. So
yeah.
I mean, I'm a Swiftie, but I'm not like a Swiftie. Like I like her music, but I've never been to her concert, nor do I have the desire to spend that much money on I don't go to concerts, so I'm not one to talk. But yeah, I'm interested to see like if people really do what she does because it's her.
I'm absolutely 100% positive that people will. Like I think it already, even just from her proposal, people are going absolutely crazy for her. Like the dress that she was wearing at the proposal sold out. Like sold out within like a day. Just that one little thing, like wild. And I saw the Connecticut Wedding Group. They have the barns at Wesleyan Hills and like a couple other venues. They were on the news talking about the wedding, talking about Taylor Swift's proposal, like on like the like News 12 or something like that. And I was like, this has nothing to, I mean, they're wedding experts for sure, but I was like, this is crazy work. Like the day after the proposal to have a Connecticut wedding venue be on the news, to be like talking about what's trending and stuff. And I just
with Taylor Swift,
I'm like, wow. Like, and that day and the few days after, refresh my Instagram feed and it's like Taylor Swift proposal, refresh, and it's Taylor Swift proposal, refresh, and it's like a photographer talking about the photos and what they like and didn't like about them, refresh. It's just like, it's crazy how much people are talking about it, but I'm not surprised because it's Taylor Swift. But I
like her. I think she's a good person. I'm happy for her.
Yeah,
but it's just it's crazy the pull one person can have on society. Like how do I get that every single person comes to the vintage horse? How do I get that Taylor Swift following one day maybe? But yeah, anyway, I mean, back to this episode was about purging and all of that. We're not purging Taylor Swift. We like her. But I just think you have to do in this season, if you're in the wedding industry, if you're in the Connecticut area, fall season is going to be the busiest for everyone across the board.
Absolutely.
Whatever industry you are in, if you do weddings, I feel like fall is always going to be the trend. Although I am seeing next year earlier weddings. And I think it's coming because all these outdoor venues are booked or they're so expensive on these prime dates now. And people are like, A, I can't afford that, or B, I really want to get married next year. So they're coming in like the end of April, early May. Like this May was one of my busiest for weddings.
Yeah, me too.
Which was crazy because usually May is not my wedding month.
Yeah. Yeah, I think my first wedding was in March.
Yeah.
Just like a Thursday in March. I think I had 2 in March. And then April usually I get like a couple. April was pretty good, but May was wild. May was like one of my busiest months. I think I had like 10 weddings in May. It's just like,
crazy.
What? Like, that's not May. That's like October.
I know.
That's like October level. It was weird. Yeah.
So it's,
I can see that.
Again,
being
change.
A new trend.
And there's always going to be change, especially in the wedding industry, because you're going to get a Taylor Swift that comes in and she's like, I want to get married in December. And you're like,
December's going to be the December weddings. Can you imagine?
Oh my God. Could
if
you
she
imagine?
pulls something crazy like that?
Right? Well, I think I overheard she's going to do it at her Newport house or Rhode Island house. Apparently she's renovating her house is the latest I heard.
I heard people talking about that.
I wonder if our episode's going to go viral because we're talking about Taylor Swift. I'm here for it. But yeah, I mean, do you have anything else to add about like the whole purging thing? Because I just feel like, I don't know, I'm just in such a season and I love that this podcast is like real time. This is how we're feeling. Like, how do you feel going into fall season?
I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good and settled. For me, I feel like I don't have like vats of purging where I'm like into it and then not into it. This year I've been trying really good to be consistent about keeping things tidy and just more balanced, like in general, which has been like my theme of words that we've been picking for New Year's is like always been along those lines of like balance and consistency. So like my room is always pretty much this clean, which is nice. Like I feel like I'm never like a cup that's overflowing. I feel like I'm never like super overwhelmed. Like, I just gotta get rid of everything.
Give me some of that empty cup, girl.
Yeah, I've been trying to like little by little do things. And I heard somebody say on a podcast a little while ago, they were told by like their therapist or they read it in a book or something that they go through like an ADHD brain kind of thing where they put something down, and then they go through like a purging emotional moment where they're like, oh my God, these piles of trash are so bad, I just need to get rid of everything. And the advice that they were saying was that don't put something down, put it away. And I said, ooh, I really like that. And that's been helping me keep all of my clutter at bay, because if I'm putting something down, then I feel like I should be putting it away. Everything needs to have a home. And if something doesn't have a home, then should I keep it? Should I throw it away? What do I do with it? And that's been helping me. So doing something little by little like that. But, a lot of things do have a home in my closet and shouldn't have a home in my closet. So I do like what you said about every week or something. You set a goal to, I have to sneeze.
Wait, can you go back to how?
Sorry, I want to do that.
Look at the light. Can you go back to how you decide if something doesn't have a home and how you get rid of it? Because I feel like that's what I struggle. I'm like, oh, I'll use this one day. And it's like a box of clothespins. What do I need that for? Please tell me.
Well, I don't know, because I do have a lot of junk drawers. And like I said, my closet, like a lot of things live in my closet that probably shouldn't live in my closet. So like all of my photography gear, I have so much gear that I do use. And then I have a lot of gear that either came free with the product or that I found that I don't need and whatever. So I have a stack of like these couple things right here, 2 lights and these mics and this file transfer thingy that it's sitting there to remind myself to put it on Facebook Marketplace. It's been sitting there for a couple months, but I think junk drawers are nice.
Everyone has junk drawers. Let's be honest.
Because I do have a lot of things like that just like come across my desk where I'm like, I'm not going to use this now, but maybe one day, and I'm going to put it in this junk drawer, because I also don't like buying things new all the time. Like I like repurposing things and like, oh, how can I use this in a different way? Like this pasta sauce jar is like my glass of water. Like that's like more of what I'm into. So I do like to hold on to stuff to be like, oh, I can turn this into something else one day, or I can use this in another way one day. It just hasn't hit me yet. But But there are a lot of things that, you know, I've had in the junk drawer for so long that I'm like, it's been 5 years. If I haven't used it yet, if I haven't found a different purpose for it, it's gotta go. And sometimes I just give it to my mom, and then other times it goes to Goodwill, or it gets out of here. So I do like your goal though of like once a week or once a whatever, pulling something from the junk drawer and be like, make a decision now. And I need to do that, especially with the move, because that might help me with like my consistency thing of not feeling so overwhelmed once, I don't know, February hits and being like, oh my God, before busy season happens, which could be like a month if we're doing early again, like I know I'm going to be overwhelmed trying to decide what comes with and what doesn't. So maybe a little bit at a time will be really good. And yeah, I don't know. It's just, it's hard, but like we said at the beginning of the episode, like you get better with time and you learn and you grow and things change.
Or you can be, I always see these like reels on Instagram where it's like usually a mom and she's just like had it. And she's like to the husband, don't talk to me now. And she's just literally throwing away her entire house. That's how I feel that I purge, unfortunately.
Okay.
And I think I just let everything get to this level. And again, I'm acting like my house is like messy and whatever. It's not.
I'm sure it's a lot of things are in our heads, and like how something makes us feel is more of the way that we describe it versus like an outside perspective. You'd probably be like, Jen, this house looks absolutely normal. What are you talking about?
And I think it's like, I don't know, like let's use the bathroom closet as an example.
Okay.
Like, I have medication that has like 2 things in it. Like, could I consolidate the 2 bottles, that one is like half full and one is half full? Yes, probably. It's like things like those where I just like kind of let it build up, I guess, in that sense.
Okay.
So I feel like that's a day that I need to do.
I feel like that's where don't put it down, put it away would come into play. Is like if you're taking this prescription, you have 2 left, and then you get the new bottle from the pharmacy, don't put the new bottle down in the closet. Put it away in the recycling bin. Empty it out. Recycle the bottle.
Yep. Yes.
Don't put it down. Put it away.
Okay.
I like that a lot.
I like that too. Can you tell my kids that too? Don't put it down. Put it away.
Which is funny because that's how I was as a kid. Like I would leave messes. Like this has been something that I've been all this like making my bed every day. There are habits that I've been making myself make. Like all weekend. Barely on my phone. We went out to ice cream. My sister was home from California over the weekend. We went out to ice cream. I forgot my phone at home.
Oh, I love
Forgot it at home.
Love that.
And did I relapse this morning and spend too much time on Instagram as soon as I woke up? Yeah, but
it's balance.
But I mean, it's an addiction, and I relapsed. So, like, it is like unfortunately a balance. But like the habits. That's the thing is I think doing something consistently as much as you can, or it's like an every day or an every time you do this project or whatever, the more you do it, the harder it is to steer away, because like, why would you? So like making my bed every day, I've made it every day for, I don't know, so long, since the first time on the podcast I said that I did, that now for me to not, it's like, well, why would I not? It takes 2 seconds. Yep. And so I want, hopefully, my phone to be that way for me, to be like, I wake up in the morning and I don't touch it, because why would I never do that. You know, it takes 2 seconds to roll out of bed without it. So I'm trying to like alter my mindset with that. And so like, don't put it down, put it away, because why wouldn't I put it away? Everything has a home.
Yeah. I love
trying.
that. No. And, but it takes that point of you like, you have to do it. Like it's non-negotiable anymore. And to you, making your bed was non-negotiable. I think the phone is harder.
The phone is so hard
because so many reasons. It's an addiction, 100%. And it's that quick fix of like, I just need to do something that my brain is not thinking of. So scrolling is something that your brain is no longer thinking about. But then you get in the rabbit hole, and then
it's no longer quick.
It's no longer quick. You're now 2 hours in. You're like, what the hell did I just do?
How did that happen?
And then you're watching videos that you don't even know how you got to that algorithm.
And you look at the clock, and that happened to me last night. Like I was at Jake's last night, came home and was like, I finished my book yesterday. And I was like, on the way home, I was like, oh my God, I'm so excited to start the next book when I get back. 2 hours go by. I'm in the driveway in my car watching Instagram reels. I wanted to read my book. I was so excited to read my book, and I wasted all that time on my phone, went to bed exhausted, woke up too late today because did I still read my book before I went to bed? Yeah. Did I stay up too late reading it? Yeah. Do my eyes hurt today? And did I break my glasses? Yeah. So, but it's a domino effect.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
So doing something bad is going to,
Yes.
one day is going to affect the next day or a different day down the line. So the consistency of like, don't put it down, put it away. And maybe I need to do that with my phone in my pocket. Maybe that would help.
Well, they say like, because you need your alarm clock. Mine is on my phone. I know you don't always need one, but like now the kids are back in school, I need one.
Right.
And although they're still my alarm clocks, but actually I want to go back to one thing because I'm actually going through this right now. So with kids, they have this thing called YouTube Kids, and it's basically a platform on their tablets or like on your phone, whatever. And it's just like it's basically an Instagram for kids is basically what it is. And these kids, in the beginning, they were educational shows. They're like watching other girls play with Barbies and whatever. And then it just gets into this rabbit hole. And now there's like bad things on it and whatever. So we are trying, and we're not fully there yet, but we are trying to completely eliminate the YouTube Kids or YouTube at all from their tablets and get rid of tablets, because I see the effect that it has on us.
Yeah.
And they're just starting. Their little brains are still being built. But as parents, it is a easy coping mechanism to have some alone time where your kids aren't bothering you and they can sit and watch their iPad for an hour, whatever it is. But I'm learning that now my kids are getting older and they're seeing and acting the way that they're watching these shows. And that's how we are on our phones.
Yeah.
Like we gravitate to what we see on Instagram or TikTok or whatever it is. So like I've been trying to really look at positive videos and really not scroll as much. I actually don't scroll anymore, which is kind of crazy.
Nice.
I know,
Yes.
right? I don't know why. I think when I gravitate to my phone, I still do scroll for like ideas for reels, but I don't scroll on, like I don't even go on TikTok anymore. I don't know why. Just unless I'm like when we went camping, I went on TikTok just to search for camping hacks, and I got a lot of really good ones.
Yeah.
So I go more for like the educational side.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do it a lot for presents. Like if I want to get someone a present, like
Research.
we're going to my mom's tonight. It's like research.
Yeah.
Like somehow I went into the rabbit hole of getting my cousin a present, and somehow the algorithm brought me into, she loves pickles. I got her these motivational little pickle jar things. It's the cutest fucking thing. And I got it on Amazon. It got delivered this morning. But I went in the rabbit hole on TikTok, but I felt like it was like an educational thing.
Yeah.
So I feel like if you go on with a mission versus sitting in your car and just looking because that's the rabbit hole. And that's what my kids are doing.
Okay.
They don't understand because they're too young to be like, I want to go research this. But if you change the mindset to, like for me, when I do my real ideas, like I go on, I start looking, and then I'm like, okay, I want to do something like this. And then I'll like search whatever it is. And I'll get ideas, and then I'll do my video, and then I will get off Instagram. And that's really helped. So I don't know if that's good advice for someone.
No, that sounds great to me, because that's the relationship that I have with TikTok now. I'm off of TikTok just on for my business. And sometimes like, because when I was on it personally, I did use it as like a search engine and be like, oh, I want to look into this, but I want somebody's honest review. I'd like look it up on TikTok to get somebody's like review of it. And then I deleted my personal, well, it still exists, but I'm not logged into it. So now I'm just logged in on my business. And so I don't scroll on TikTok either. I go there for a mission to look something up, to hear somebody's honest review, and then I'm checked off of it. But my brain still is searching for that like instant gratification of,
it's like a dopamine.
Exactly. That now that Instagram has that with Reels, because I got rid of one thing, I got rid of TikTok. I'm not on that anymore. I'm still doing the exact same habit, just on Instagram. Yeah. Which, so like I didn't even solve my problem at all. But it's so hard because I can't not be on Instagram for my business. But then all of a sudden it's been 2 hours. So I like what you said about with a mission. Like maybe I just won't click the Reel button unless I'm on there for a mission, or maybe I won't even open the app unless it's on a mission for me to post something or for me to message somebody. I'm not going to open it up for no reason. I like that. Maybe just social media with intention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. And I think it goes into like the balance. Like you're going to have a Sunday night where you're like, nope, Netflix and chill, Instagram and chill. Like that's okay.
Yeah.
But just circle back and be like, wait, I can't do this every single day. I can't do this all the time. I also think too, like we have to do it for our business.
Yeah.
And like, we're not telling our listeners to stop going on Instagram because we want them to see what we post on Instagram. Right. But I think it's just give yourself, I don't know. I know people that time block and they're like, okay, I can go on for this long. It doesn't work for me either.
I tried it too. And like, I know who set the password, obviously. So like I would just put my password in and just be like, okay, another 15 minutes. And it would just make me feel guilty for doing it. It wouldn't change me from doing it. But you
Instagram
said like
with purpose. Wait, what did you say?
Social media with intention.
Yes,
Instagram with purpose.
Love that. Okay, that's going to be our new thing.
You said you can Netflix and chill and Instagram on your phone, whatever. But like you don't have to do that though. Like there are better things. Like instead, you could do a Sudoku or you could go on Pinterest instead and hit that inspiration gratification and save things without other things getting filtered in. There's ads and stuff on Pinterest, but like rarely on my Pinterest do random things pop up of like car crashes or like something weird. You know, Pinterest usually is filtered to what I want to see. Mm-hmm. So maybe something like that would be better, or reading your book, or just watching the movie without like something else to do. Like sometimes it's nice to just sit down and watch the movie. Not be distracted.
So I go in seasons of watching Netflix. Right now I'm in a Netflix season. I'm watching The Summer I Turned Pretty.
Oh, so yeah, cute. I've been told.
But I also like, does your Netflix have commercials? Well, it's on Amazon Prime, right?
I don't know. I haven't seen it yet. People have been telling me to watch it.
So it's on Amazon Prime and there's like a 1 minute commercial.
Yeah.
During that 1 minute, I grab my phone.
Yeah.
Why am I doing that?
Yeah.
Like what? So now I'm getting gratification from two things where I could be totally using my mind for something else. But I didn't always do that. And I'm like, what did I do with my time when I wasn't watching Netflix? So I feel like I just need to find a new, like, you get into this, like, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like a schedule. But like, I know like the kids go to bed. I go into bed and I watch my show. So maybe it's like I don't go into bed anymore and I do something else. Like go promote my business, you know, do something.
I don't know. Or using the show like as a reward. Like when I was little, my mom would have us, well, I mean, she would have us do our homework like as soon as we got home, and like once we were done with our homework, then we could do playtime or whatever. But sometimes like I'd watch TV like cable, and on the commercial break would be like my homework break. And like I had to finish it by like whatever. And if not, then like no more TV, just the homework. But you know, so it was like a math problem or something in the commercial break. So maybe it needs to be something like that, but like with your adult life, with like, you know, on the commercial break, you're folding laundry or something instead of like the phone habit. Maybe something that like actually like
benefits. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I get that. I get that. Well, we went in a lot of different rabbit holes today, but we needed this because we haven't had a chat in a really long time. So
we purged a lot of thoughts out today.
We did. We really did. Yeah. We went all different directions.
Yeah.
My squirrel brain went crazy, but I'm so excited to be back with you.
Me too.
And we're going to get back to a schedule eventually now that I can come more often.
Yeah.
Because I don't have kids. They're both in school.
Yeah.
And it's glorious. And but we're going to be busy and I'm excited and all the things.
Me too. I'm going to try to be good about posting. But like you said, with that Girl and Her podcast and the Facebook live stream thingy, that, you know, I have so much going on and I have so much to edit. And, we agreed when we started this that our businesses and our personal lives have to come first, and 100%. This is a project. Yeah. And you know, there's ebbs and flows, and the balance beam thingy is not always even. And so
we're not feeling guilty when an episode does not come out.
Trying not to feel guilty, but
not feel guilty.
Yeah, I think we're like 1 week behind. Sorry about that.
I love our audience, I don't know. But I don't think that
think they mind.
Don't think that they mind. Love you guys. Hopefully you do mind and you're like on the edge for the next episode because it'll be out soon and it's going to be a good one.
Yeah, I'm excited. Thank you.
All right, well, we're going to wrap up today.
Yep.
we have a big day. I have to go get some errands done, and I actually have to go to the dentist. Ooh, I know. I dread the dentist. So anyhow, well, we will see you soon.
All right. Cheers.